Welcome back. In this video, we are going to be going over our unit project on teen depression. Up until this point in our class, we have been doing several different labs, manipulating data, uploading, exporting, creating subsets, creating visualizations. Now we're going to put it all kind of together in one project. So the background of the assignment is that the CDC collected data about teenagers on a variety of topics. You guys, with yourself or your partner, you're going to come up with a specific factors that are associated with depression in teens. So that's our research project. That's like our big thing that you guys all are going to be researching. Specifically, you have to come up with your own statistical question that'll address this research topic. From there, you're going to create multiple visualizations or statistical analysis to provide evidence for your claim. All of this needs to be included in your Google slide presentation. Here's the suggested format. Slide 1 is an intro slide. Slide 2 is the statistical question and possible factors or possible variables. Then you guys are going to show me your graphical representations and statistical analysis. And then did you come up with a conclusion? Were you able to come up with an answer to your statistical question? So this document can be found at this bit.ly. Hopefully you guys have already been able to open that. So let's go ahead and get into our studio. And I wanted to show you guys a brief example of what we're talking about. So what if I wanted to see if tall people are more likely to be depressed? Well, in order to do that, we need to pull up our data. And let's run a histogram of just the depressed people. Histogram tilde depressed data equals CDC. Now let's look at this. It looks like out of the population who took the survey, a majority of the people are not depressed, but it looks like there's a good size. So our job is to figure out what's going on here. Why? Why are people depressed? So I'm specifically focusing on if tall people are depressed. So my theory is that height contributes to people feeling depressed. Well, before I even get started, I need to look at the structure of the data. And let's see what the CDC data looks like. So these are all the possible factors, and I was looking at height, which is right here, and it's a numerical variable. Okay, so numerical variables, you can use mathematical expression or mathematical keys when you're running your codes. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a subset of people that are over 1.8 meters, and I'm going to call it tall people. When I run that code, you should see something pop up. So notice, let's see where tall people are. 1,674 of the observations were above 1.8 meters. So let's see what that histogram looks like. Now I'm going to look at depressed again. Now, since we just created the subset, I'm going to use that as our data file. So let's look at that. If you notice, it seemed like a smaller proportion from the previous histogram. So I'm guessing that the tall people, well, according to the data, there may not be evidence to support my claim. All right. So that's a brief example of how to do a subset and then look at a histogram. Feel free to play around with this and have fun. Until next time.